on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Take a breath, thoughts racing through my head. I try to capture it, but a picture can't hold what a heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. I don't wanna close my eyes, I'm feeling so alive. I try to find the words, but no words can say what my heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this. We'll hold up the light, burn a hole in the night. When we are here, when we are here. So we'll hold up the light, burn a hole in the night. When we are here, when we are here. Moments like this. Moments like this. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. Moments like this. Moments like this. Moments like this.
Hold them close. Follow the years and hear how they echo, floating in syncopation. Days like scenes, oh, they play like dreams. So hold them close. Hold them close. We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are the sun. Feel it under Time is dancing in the endless sky, racing the constellations, knowing where the days are going. So we watch them fly, watch us fly. We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are the sun. Feel it under the open sky. Hearts beat and we come alive. Oh, we have it all the colors burning bright, everything in golden light. Oh, we have it all. We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are the sun. We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are the sun. We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are. Feel it under the open sky. Hearts beat and we come alive. Oh, we have it all the colors burning bright, everything in golden light. Oh, we have it all. Oh, we have it all. Oh, we have it all.
I just wanna dive into the blue. Doesn't really matter what we do. Don't let the moment pass us by. Just trust that the universe is right. 'Cause we struck gold in the shining light, and it's all gonna be alright. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life. This is the good life. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I just wanna spend every day with you. Happy with the little things we do. Just keep a smile, hold your head up high. I promise it works every time. 'Cause we struck gold in the shining light, and it's all gonna be alright. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life. This is the good life. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. it's all gonna be alright. This is the good life. Oh. This is the good life. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, 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 oh, oh, oh.
We're gonna stay young. We're gonna stay young forever. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some fun together. Yes, we will. 'Cause these are the memories we'll keep. So hold on tight to every little thing. Don't let them pass you by in your sleep. So let's spend this time together, because these are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. Sweet as the sunshine, starting up the day. Side by side together, and that's where we'll stay. 'Cause these are the memories we'll keep. So hold on tight to every little thing. Don't let them pass you by in your sleep. So let's spend this time together, because these are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend a little time together. So let's spend a little time together. Just like a picture on the wall, and now I know how to steer. I'm not afraid if I should fall, yeah. It took some tears, oh, but together we were strong. And now I feel a burning beat inside my heart. And I feel alive for the first time in my life. Oh baby, I feel alive tonight. You lift me up before I fall too far. You lift me up, you help me see the stars. You pick me up when all my hope is gone. You lift me up, you lift me up, you lift me up. Living in fear, I couldn't see the rising sun. Just felt the weight of the world every time I tried to run. But you helped remind me who I am and where I'm from. And now I feel a burning beat in my heart. Yeah, I feel alive for the first time in my life. Oh baby, I feel alive tonight. You lift me up before I fall too far. You lift me up, you help me see the stars. You pick me up when all my hope is gone. You lift me up, you lift me up, you lift me up. Been through the fire, but we walked off the pain and we kept reaching high. You were with me all the way. No turning back now. We're so alive tonight, tonight, tonight. You lift me up before I fall too far. You lift me up, you help me see the stars. You pick me up when all my hope is gone. You lift me up, 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 you lift me up.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. I've been sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong. But I can write a song. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart.
We got time, time, time. Oh, yeah, get to where you need to be. Good time, time, time. Oh, no, not me. I'm in no hurry. I'm a slow and steady man. So, no, no need for you to worry. We got time, time, time. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Turn the heat down and cool it. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Turn the heat down and cool it.
Pace University welcomes you to the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences virtual celebration.
Good afternoon and welcome to the virtual commencement ceremony of the Charles H. Dyson College of Arts and Sciences at Pace University. My name's Neera Herman and I am the Dean of Dyson College. I know this is not the ceremony we were all looking forward to when you first arrived at Pace or even earlier this academic year, but it is important nonetheless because it gives us an opportunity to recognize and congratulate all of our graduating students from undergraduate to master's and doctoral levels across all campuses for their great achievements. As you know from the Provost messages, Pace is planning an in-person commencement ceremony for our 2020 graduates at a future date. The university is considering various options and will send you the details once the public health emergency is over and it is safe to gather in larger groups. You'll be getting those details as they are worked out later this year. Before we continue with today's ceremony, I want to pause for a moment to recognize the many people who have suffered through COVID-19 across the globe. The many people who have stepped up to treat them at great personal risk in the medical and healthcare professions, as well as the first responders and essential workers who are making sure we all get the care we need and the necessities for surviving during this unprecedented time. We've all been stunned by the millions who are or have been ill and the tens of thousands who have passed away in just a few months since the novel coronavirus was first detected. Some of you may have been ill yourselves or have close relatives with COVID-19. Some of you may have lost family or friends to this dread disease. Our hearts go out to you. Please join me in a moment of silence to commemorate those losses and to appreciate all those who have stepped up for the benefit of others, including ourselves. Thank you. Now I would like to welcome all of our graduates and their families, loved ones, and friends on behalf of all the faculty, academic staff, and academic administrators in Dyson College. Commencement is the culmination of our hopes, our plans, and our work from the first day you came to campus until today. You represent our greatest success, the reason we came into higher education. For us, education and learning are deeply held values, and sharing our knowledge with you has been a calling. When I was growing up, my father used to say that education was the one thing no one could take away from you. And he was right. Every day I draw on the knowledge and skills for which my college degrees laid the foundation. And often from the required courses I thought were the biggest waste of my time because I was so certain I didn't need those areas. But I've learned that knowledge is never wasted. When you least expect it, when you're faced with a new challenge, a harder problem to solve, suddenly an idea will come to you, and you can trace it back to the intense effort you put into one of your courses. Without that course, that way of thinking, that spark of an idea might not have occurred to you to solve a new problem. And that is the power of the learning that comes from earning a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, the ways of thinking and applying what you've learned to new settings. Right now, we are facing challenges that you can help us manage because of the knowledge and thinking skills you've mastered at Pace. People use the word unprecedented because our entire world has been turned upside down, and we understand that this crisis is bigger than the crises we've faced before. But while we've witnessed major losses, we're also seeing the power of the human spirit and the way people are rallying together to find solutions and create safer spaces. As we recover, we will need to rethink much of what we do and how we do it. We'll need to address problems of inequality and its impact on health and people's ability to fight disease, brought into clear relief by COVID-19. We need to rebuild our economy and address social, ethical, and legal issues. We need to find new ways of socializing that allow us to connect and build community even when we cannot be physically near each other. We need to develop better ways to respond to medical and other threats quickly and effectively, and to use all our skills, creativity, and ingenuity to solve the many problems of the modern era, now named the Anthropocene, the human era. We have long spoken about the impact of humans on the planet for good and ill, but over the past few weeks, we've seen it with our own eyes. We've learned how interdependent we all are for the items we need to keep people safe from COVID-19 and to ensure the necessities of life, such as food, are readily available. We've seen how contagious disease can develop, and we've watched as one country after another has been ravaged, has pulled together to battle the virus, and has slowly turned the tide, flattening the curve, the new expression we now all have, in searching for new treatment modalities and drugs and working to find an effective vaccine. Every day, people inspire us with their actions at this difficult time. We are looking to you now to join the fray. We will need leaders, thinkers, and experts in science, social behavior, economics, communications, literature, and art to address the new world we are entering and provide guidance, inspiration, unity of purpose, meaning, and beauty to all our lives. Treasure your education and build on it. Add new skills, stay current in your field, and speak out about its value. For the faculty, and I trust for you as well, and education has opened our eyes to worlds of knowledge and thought we never knew existed. It has opened our minds to new ideas and different cultures. It has taught us tolerance and understanding of differences and new ways of thinking. It has given us skills with which we hope to change the world and make it a better place, building on the centuries of knowledge and thought that came before us. I know there are days when each of us feels discouraged, especially as we realize that this is not a short-term fight, but a longer-term battle. When this occurs, I urge you to find someone else who needs your help, a good laugh, or just some human compassion and understanding. Reach out to them and help them move forward with optimism and energy, and you will find that you will feel better as well. When people ask me what it takes to succeed as an academic administrator, I always say, you need to have a Sisyphus complex. You need to anticipate and relish the good times, but the essence of grit and passion is to make it through the times when things do not work out quite as well as you hoped. And who exemplifies this better than Sisyphus, who was condemned by the gods to roll a large boulder up a hill every day, only to have it roll back down to the bottom every evening. Sisyphus is an important role model at this especially difficult time in all our lives. The French philosopher and author Albert Camus, in The Myth of Sisyphus, ends up concluding that Sisyphus makes his peace with his situation and is happy. Thus, to have a Sisyphus complex means you're an optimist, that you get up every morning, eager to engage in the challenges of life, to roll the boulder up as high as you can get it today, and enjoy the view along the way, the friends you will make, the books you will read, the knowledge you will acquire, and the service you can provide to help others. Unlike Sisyphus, who toiled alone, there are many people at Pace eager to help you push that boulder up higher and higher every day, even after you graduate. Please call on us. Don't be shy about asking questions and getting help. That is why we're here. At the end of today's ceremony, you will become Pace's newest alumni and alumnae. Stay in touch with us. Get involved with other alums. We have over 140,000 different alums right now spread out over the United States and the world. Make them part of your network. Then in a few years, when our newer alums reach out to you, connect with them as well. Don't forget that career services will be available to you even after you graduate to help you get a job or when you want to change jobs. You will continue to be part of the Pace family even after you graduate, and we hope to see you often. In conclusion, congratulations on all you have achieved. We wish you well and look forward to your continued success in the future. Now I'd like to introduce our very talented student singer, Alyssa Chambers, for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thanks so much, Alyssa, for that beautiful performance. We're now going to hear from our 3 student speakers. We will begin with Heather Farley, the undergraduate student speaker from New York City, followed by Brent Cameron, the undergraduate student speaker from Pleasantville, and finally, from our graduate student speaker, Tandika Stevens DiClemente.
Hello, class of 2020. My name's Heather Farley from the Lubin School of Business, and it's absolutely surreal to be here right now on Zoom. Because I can't believe that a little less than 4 years ago was our freshman orientation. It's where many of us made our first friend at PACE, including me. I met my first PACE friend during one of the many lectures at orientation where various professors and upperclassmen kept telling us that we needed to get grit. We became friends when, for maybe the 7th time in only a few hours, someone was telling us to get grit, and quite frankly, we were tired of hearing that. My first friend's name is Brittany, and we actually ended up being roommates. Eventually, Brittany and I learned that even though that we were annoyed at how often we were told to get grit at orientation, that they were right. If we wanted to make it in New York City, we had to get grit. I'm sure the students here watching know what grit is, because for years it's been drilled into us. But for the family members out there, grit is a term coined by Angela Duckworth, who's a highly awarded scholar. She defines grit as passion and perseverance for long-term goals. It's about falling 7 times, but getting up 8. It's about unabashedly believing in yourself and showing it with your actions. Brittany and I began to develop grit in our own separate ways starting in our freshman seminar. Our professors had us create a 4-year plan called the PACE Path to map out exactly what we would do in order to get to where we wanted to be post-grad. And theoretically, sounds like a foolproof plan. Just write out what you want to do post-grad and make steps for how to get there. Unfortunately, the reality was that half of us didn't know what we wanted to major in, or what we were having for breakfast tomorrow, let alone where we wanted to be in 4 years. Our freshman seminars professors tried to inspire us by asking what motivates us, what gets us up in the morning. Brittany said that she was inspired by music, so she looked to work at a record label. I said that I was inspired by money, so I looked to Wall Street. Brittany also said something else, though, that stuck with me throughout college. She said that she was motivated by happiness. Brittany knew that grit was not only about achieving goals, but cultivating happiness and memories along the way. So she decided to take 1-second videos of every single day to document her college experience. These 1-second snippets were meant to capture one happy moment a day, and then she would compile them into one huge video. I remember asking her one day why she continued to do it day after day. And she told me, whenever I'm down, I like to look at the most recent videos and remind myself that yes, maybe I am having a bad day, a bad week, or even a bad month. But if I look back on these videos, I remind myself that every day was worth it because one happy thing happened. And after that, she offered to show me the videos. I saw candid snippets of our friends out on a Friday at Mags and snippets of the next morning in the Pace Caf. I saw snippets of Brittany celebrating an A on a test, and I saw snippets of me celebrating a D after passing a really hard math class. Although the videos were only a second long, the sentiment did last forever. Brittany's videos taught me that even if the world is crashing around you, every day will have a happy moment. And even if it's just for a second, it makes the day worth it. At the end of our senior year, the world actually crashed. Our senior spring ended abruptly, and a lot of us didn't get a chance to say goodbye to the place that we had called home for 4 years. We envisioned walking these halls after finals, properly saying goodbye to friends who would soon be moving across the country, saying goodbye to our favorite study spots where we would cram until 4 a.m. But mostly, we at least envisioned being able to finish here. There was no way that the class of 2020 could have calculated this into our 4-year plan. These times are really, really tough. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of fear. But something that's getting me through it is the sentiment of Brittany's videos. I strive to find at least one happy thing a day throughout the pandemic, and I actually find a lot of them. At 7 p.m. every day, the city erupts in cheers for healthcare workers. And on my walks to the grocery store, I see volunteers running errands for the elderly who can't do it themselves. Animal rescue care centers actually have no more animals left because so many people signed up to foster during this time of need. I see so much goodness in a time filled with so much sadness, and it actually makes me hopeful for the class of 2020. Because of the pandemic, we will be graduating into a world completely different than the world that we knew when we were in college. But I know that we're prepared. Because for the past 4 years, we've learned how to get grit. For our entire college career, we've learned how to persevere when times get tough. We've learned how to step up to the plate and help our neighbor. And during the pandemic, it is shown. PACE students held online fundraisers for COVID-19 patients and made homemade masks for those in need. Student leaders adapted and held club meetings on Zoom, and on Instagram, students shared self-care best practices for how to get through the quarantine. The pandemic has been the most trying time for the class of 2020, but when faced with adversity, the class of 2020 adapted and overcame. We have a lot of people to thank for being here today. I'd like to thank Pace University on behalf of the class of 2020 for allowing us to celebrate our achievements in a time where we were uncertain that we'd be able to do so. A little known fact is that Pace University is the #1 private school in the nation for upward economic mobility, which inherently means that right now we have a lot of graduates watching who come from low-income areas who are going to make it big one day. We have a lot of students watching who are first gen, including myself. Because we're the #1 school for upward economic mobility, it means that a lot of us started from the bottom. It is especially important that people like us get the platform to celebrate our achievements. I'm thankful to PACE's administration for recognizing this, and it's one of many reasons that I'm PACE proud. Class of 20 has a lot of people to thank. On behalf of our graduates, I'd like to thank our families. Your unwavering support throughout this journey has allowed us to blossom, and we're forever thankful for that. I'd also like to thank our roommates, who acted as family away from family. My roommates, including Brittany, Bella, and Nikki, have become lifelong sisters to me. I'd also like to thank the forever friends that we've made at PACE. At orientation, I'm sure we knew that we would make friends, but I don't think that anybody could have anticipated how close we would have gotten throughout these 4 years. Alex and Anissa, thank you for being my anchors, for putting up with me and the endless laughs. I love you both. And lastly, I'd personally like to thank the class of 2020. Spending these last 4 years with you has been an honor. From all those nights at Mags to all those mornings in the PACE Caf, our time at PACE has been a movie, even though it had to be cut short. I'm so excited to see where you all go after graduation, and I'm confident you'll do amazing things. I know it because I know that we finally got grit. Thank you for your time, graduates. Godspeed, and now I'd like to send it over to our undergraduate student speaker from Pleasantville, Brent.
Thanks, Heather. Welcome, President Krislov, trustee, honored guests, officers of administration, faculty, family, and friends. And last but not least, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2020. We've made it. Despite being chased back into our homes by that which shall not be named, we have made it. I'm so proud to be here in person with all of you, even if it is virtually, as we stand at the end of this collective journey and approach the threshold of our individual ones. I use the word journey because if you think about it, our last 4 years at Pace University have not been all that different from any hero's journey. Just like any great success story, yours began with a call to adventure when you accepted the challenge to come to Pace. You crossed the threshold as you watched your parents drive away, feeling a little like a scared mouse dropped in a new field. Yes, you were full of fear and excitement. Your imagination churned away like a turbine of what ifs. But before long, you had made too many friends. And those fears gave way to temptations. For example, choosing to go to late night parties with Alex at Kessel, or to Polly's, or to townhouse parties over working on that paper. The next morning, you found yourself in the abyss, or the belly of the whale, with a few hours left to hand in what you had not yet started. Hunkered down in your dorm room like Dante in the Inferno, you bared your teeth, dug in, and worked your way out of hell. And when you completed that paper, a feeling of triumph percolated in your belly, feeling like Frodo looking over Mordor, now restored to order. Thus, you earned the stage of transformation and atonement. And each semester you braved the return, each time getting that much stronger and that much closer to attaining the degree which has now become part of you. And look at us now, strong as love and armed to the hilt, standing victorious over the bones of all the challenges that we've had to face and conquer to get to this well-earned summit. Joseph Campbell once wrote, "You enter the forest at the darkest point, where there is no path. Where there is a way or path, it is someone else's path. You are not on your own path if you follow someone else's way. You are not going to realize your potential." This quote is inspired by the Arthurian legend of the Knights of the Round Table. When King Arthur and his knights set out to find the Holy Grail, they each chose a spot in the woods that looked darkest to them. Each chose a way that was uncertain, shrouded in fear, and each chose a unique starting point. Today, we are like those knights of old. Now we need the will to do the work, to earn the courage, to be able to stand at that darkest starting point, to forge a path to our very own bliss. So follow that bliss of yours, no matter what. I say this with absolute urgency because I was a high school dropout. I refused the call of my own bliss for far too long. And believe me, you can pacify the guilt of a dream deferred in a litany of curious ways, but you'll never truly silence it. So those of you who want to be teachers, go out there and teach people to think. Those of you who want to be doctors or nurses, go out there and make people well. Those of you who want to be writers, go out there and write the stories that will change this world. Go out there and make those dreams real, because this pandemic will end and life will continue. I want to take this time to give a special thank you to all of the administration, faculty, and staff that encouraged us to reach our highest potentials. I would also like to give a special thank you to my lovely wife, Joyce, and to my parents, who I could have never done this without. In fact, I think this is a good time for all of us to thank our parents, the administration, faculty, and staff for all they have done to make this day possible. It has been my sincerest pleasure to share this experience at Pace University with all of you. Thank you. Good luck and God bless. And now I would like to welcome our graduate student speaker.
Thank you so much, Brent. Fellow graduates, president, vice president, deans, faculty, family, and friends. I will begin my speech today with a quote from Lubbock's Dean, Neil Braun. Life may challenge you and seem difficult at times. It is through these difficult times I need you to remember there is always free pizza outside classroom W404. End of quote. I'm kidding. This is not an actual quote from Dean Braun, but it's from the Instagram handle Free Food at Pace. I promise you, this is a real Instagram handle, and my friend Orlando can attest to that. Shout out to you, Orlando. My name is Tandika Stevens DiClemente. I am an international student from Guyana, the last of 9 children, the second in my family to complete college and graduate school. I was raised by a single mom, and this is my second master's degree. Today, I want to talk to you about the international student experience, my experience, and the lessons learned from it. I will not attempt to give you life lessons, as I'm sure we have enough to go around this room. I'm confident some of us have had jobs, careers, marriages, childbirth, and even divorces. So I will not be sharing with you 10 steps to have a successful life. Remember that Instagram page I mentioned before? Well, thanks to that page, I got free lunch on the days I could not afford to buy any when I was working as a graduate assistant. PACE's motto of Opportunitas has personal meaning for me. Opportunitas meant that a girl from one of the smallest countries in South America had the chance to sit on a panel and speak to an audience that included the university's president and an assemblywoman from the great state of New York about the international student experience. Opportunitas also meant that same girl would have an audience via the university's radio, so she could give a platform to international students who wanted to talk about their culture. The International Experience radio show with Tandika was a way for me to introduce us to the PACE community. International students contributed $44.7 billion in 2018 to the US economy. And according to the Chicago Tribune, we pay higher tuition costs that offset costs for domestic admissions, and our high test scores boost college rankings. You're welcome. I wanted to use my radio show as a platform to show that we are more than these statistics, and I did. Opportunitas also meant I had the liberty to speak freely even when it was for the difficult things, like calling OSA to ensure my classes were not dropped because my tuition was not paid. Dropped classes for an international student can lead to deportation, and I continually lived with this fear. There was a viral meme going around a few years ago that suggested international students eat Gucci branded breakfast cereals and drove Lamborghinis. I'm sure many of you saw this meme. The BBC wrote an article about that meme. To quote that article, but the truth is that the vast majority of the 400,000 international students in the UK struggle to get enough money to come and fulfill their dreams. Usually, it's the bank of mom and dad who are paying, and sometimes it's the whole family's life savings that are put into it. End of quote. The same rings true for students here across the pond. For those of us with no bank of mom and dad and no family life savings, we have succeeded in obtaining government scholarships, graduate assistantships, and limited 20-hour-a-week jobs. It is for this reason we value the education we came to receive at PACE even more, and why we spoke up when we wanted professors to expand more. International students face extraordinary challenges as it relates to employment in general. To complicate things further, you may hope and pray that a company will hire you after you graduate so that you too can experience the American dream. But companies are reluctant to spend money on a lottery system. I believe universities can do more in this regard by hiring the students they can. My experience here at PACE was not perfect, but it was valuable to reiterate the following. 1. Always speak your truth. It is the only way you will be heard. 2. Take advantage of every opportunity that is presented to you. 3. Be aware that everything is not always as it appears and ask questions when you're unsure about something. And finally, 4. Always look for free food before buying lunch. Good luck and congratulations to you all.
Thank you to all three student speakers for your inspiring words. Now we will announce the Dyson College Awards for graduating students. Dyson College offers several awards for graduating students at each level and on each campus, as well as awards based on participation in the Dyson College Society of Fellows. In addition, the Dyson departments offer their own awards to graduating majors, and many of our students are graduating with Latin honors. Because of the time limitations on this virtual commencement ceremony, we will be recognizing the Dyson College Awards and providing you with summary information on the departmental and Latin honors awards. Full lists of all the Dyson Awards by campus and by level will be available online in downloadable and printable PDF formats. Please check the Dyson College website for more detailed information on where to find these listings. As Dean of Dyson College, I'm extremely pleased to have the opportunity to recognize the achievements of our graduating students. The first awards are for scholastic achievement. These awards are presented to students excelling in scholarship, effectiveness in class discussions, research, and general performance in a baccalaureate degree program. This year's award-winning students are Julia Makbule Zorlioglu, a New York undergraduate, Winnie Zhao, a New York undergraduate, and Jade Amber Perez, a Pleasantville undergraduate. Next, we recognize the outstanding graduate students of the year. These awards are given in recognition of scholarship and exceptional dedication to the ideals of the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences, and the award-winning students are Christine Biscardi, a New York graduate student at the doctoral level, and Helena Ostruskaya, a graduate student at the master's level from New York, Joel Kashim Sahadath, a doctoral level student graduating from Pleasantville, and Joseph Ramiro Gonzalez, a master's student graduating also from Pleasantville. Now I would like to announce the Society of Fellows of Dyson College Awards, beginning with the Charles H. Dyson Award, named after a PACE alumnus of the class of 1930 who returned to the university as a member of the Board of Trustees and eventually became chair of the board. He worked closely with PACE's President Mortola, and together they took the PACE Institute and built it into a major comprehensive university that we are today. Along the way, Charles Dyson invested in the development of the arts and sciences at PACE, helping to create a separate school that grew into the eponymous college and now is the largest academic unit at PACE. The Charles H. Dyson Award is awarded to the graduating seniors and fellows who best embody the ideals and values of the Dyson Society of Fellows. This year's awardees are Christian Stephen Halstead and Julia Makbule Zorlioglu, both New York undergraduates that are graduating this year. The last college level awards are for the Distinguished Graduating Fellows. This year's Distinguished Graduating Fellows Awards are going to the graduate seniors and fellows who embody the ideals and values of the Society of Fellows of Dyson College. They are Jocelyn Marie Charland, Gwen Marie Iannone, and Brooke Michaela Jeffords, all graduating on the New York campus. Please join me in congratulating all of our high-achieving and highly engaged graduating students. Now, I would like to give you some summary statistics about our academic achievers from the departments and those who have achieved Latin honors, so you can join the Dyson faculty and me in recognizing their high level of academic achievement and their dedication to their fields. The Dyson College academic departments awarded 93 undergraduate awards in New York City and 25 in Pleasantville for a total of 118 awards. 24 graduate students were awarded in New York City and 30 in Pleasantville for a grand total of 54 awards. And overall, we gave 147 departmental awards to high-achieving students. Again, these are going to be in the program that is online if you go to the Dyson webpage. Finally, I would like to summarize the Latin Honors Awards. The Cum Laude Awards that have a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.64 are 94 students that are graduating in New York and 28 in Pleasantville. The Magna Cum Laude that have a graduating grade point average of 3.65 to 3.84 are 126 students in New York and 55 in Pleasantville. And the highest level, Summa Cum Laude, are grade point averages of 3.85 to 4.0, and there were 89 New York City students and 29 Pleasantville students. For students who have not been at PACE for more than 60 of their credits and who have a 3.5 or higher grade point average, they all get graduation with distinction, and we have a total of 5 students from New York and 5 from Pleasantville. So overall, Latin honors, there were 314 Dyson students in New York City and 117 from Pleasantville for a total of 431 high-achieving students. As I mentioned at the start, please go to the Dyson College website at pace.edu/Dyson and take a look at our Dyson Award Ceremony listing so you can see each individual student from every department and every Latin Honors Award, as well as the college level awards we've already announced. They will all be recognized in person when the public health emergency allows as part of the in-person commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. Please join me again in congratulating them and recognizing their wonderful achievements. And now it is my great pleasure to turn over the program to our Provost, Dr. Vania Quiñones, to announce the university level awards.
Hello, I'm Vania Quiñones, the Provost of PACE University. And today, I have the privilege of announcing the winners of our university-wide awards. The first award, the Trustees Award, is presented to the graduating student whose academic accomplishments and positive contribution to the university life and who exemplify the highest level of achievement for an undergrad. I am pleased to present Jamie Rizzo for the New York City Campus Award and Richard Harris for the Pleasantville Campus Award with the 2020 Trustees Award. The second award is the Community Service Award. It's presented to the graduated student whose contribution to the university community and our surrounding communities most admirably embody the value of social responsibility. I am pleased to present Soon Yoon Young from the New York City campus and Ashley Ayosa from the Pleasantville campus with the 2020 Community Service Awards. Congratulations to the award winners and to the school and college award winners for your impressive accomplishment. And to all of you, our graduates, congratulations. I know this semester has been challenging, but I also know that you are resilient. You're graduating today because of your resilience and your perseverance and your ability to succeed through extraordinary times. This, in part, is what PACE teach you. I am proud of you for remaining focused and finishing strong. I am proud of your persistence, and I know that it will continue to pay off. Please join me on thanking your faculty and staff who worked tirelessly during your tenure at PACE and especially this semester. They are resilient too, and they adapted pretty quickly for you to be able to complete your work. I've been thinking about what is the impact of this pandemic on your last year and on the impact that it will have on your future. In a recent article, Ribo Shen wrote that success and winning in life depends on grasping the power of reflection. That deep reflection empowers us to gain self-awareness and to improve and become better humans. In other words, as the great educator John Dewey said, we don't learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on those experiences. And so, I know you don't want any more homework ever, but I'm going to give you a final homework from PACE. And my final assignment to you is to reflect in the lessons learned during your journey at PACE. And more important, to reflect on your incredible accomplishment as we navigate through this pandemic, as today and in your future. Because the world is changing in front of us, you did it through these circumstances. Despite all the obstacles, you are graduating today. Reflect on how you were able to do that. I think that is because you're adaptable, because you're powerful, because you're resilient. And I think you learned that through us at PACE. And reflecting on what led you to that great self-awareness, you will be continue to grow and succeed on your future. So PACE class of 2020. Remember opportunity, which is the essence of your education at PACE. You said yes to opportunities and you seek those opportunities. Continue to doing that. Those opportunities have made you, that you had here at PACE, is what make you powerful. The world needs new ideas. Your actions, your bravery, your power. Reflect on that and always look to be a better version of who you were yesterday. You are opportunities in action. You are PACE. And so I want to congratulate you. And I want to thank all the members of your family and friends who supported you through your journey at PACE. My hope and wishes are that you, your family, and friends are safe and healthy. And I want to finish with the great words from Ellie from Legally Blonde, who say, "You did it." So be proud of yourself. Congratulations to the class 2020. Now I have the best privilege of introducing our president, Marvin Crislov.
Hello, Pace University, class of 2020. Congratulations. You have accomplished so much, and you did it over these last few months in an extraordinary situation that made your task even more challenging. You have earned your diplomas through intelligence, persistence, determination, and especially resilience. You've excelled in your classrooms, in your labs, in jobs, internships, practica, service, performance, and you've made friends and mentors in this extraordinary community we call Pace University. I am so happy for all you have achieved, and I'm so excited to see the future ahead of you. I want to take a moment to congratulate your parents and families. These are the people who've been your biggest boosters your entire lives. They have supported you through your time at Pace, and even more than anyone would have expected through these last few months. Parents and families, thank you for entrusting us with these graduates. Today is your accomplishment too. I also want to thank our dedicated faculty. These last 2 months have been no easier for you than they have been for our students. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your adaptability, and thank you for your commitment to helping these graduates get across the finish line. For all of us, this period has been tough, really tough. I know that all of you and your families have been touched by the pandemic and the response to it. I know some of you have suffered loss in your family. We grieve together with you, and I ask that everyone join me in a moment of silence for those we have lost. Thank you. As tough as these last few months have been, I know that this period should not and will not define your college education or your graduate school experience. You've spent several years with us here at Pace, and you learned so much, both inside and outside the classroom. You mastered your areas of study, and you grew as people. When you look back at your time at Pace, I hope you will remember the totality of your experience, not only the strange time we're currently living through. But I want to talk for a moment about this tough time and the lessons we can draw from it. First, we learned once again just how small the world is in ways both good and not so good. The world economy and the world's health flow together. Diseases travel, but so do good people, goodwill, kindness, and humanity. Every night at 7 o'clock, I join countless New Yorkers to help clap, whistle, and cheer for the essential workers who are helping us get through these times. I know that many of you and your families are among those heroes. If we were together in one room, I would ask you to join me in applauding all our heroes, all our essential workers. Thank you. Second, we learned that technology can keep us together, even in times of crisis. Many of us as parents have long worried about too much screen time. Right now, screens have been our saviors. Technology has enabled us to meet individually and in classes, to conduct business, and to receive help in many ways. It's not always easy, but it's working. That's an opportunity for you, the next generation of leaders, to find a new way forward. You can take this technology, join it with a strong sense of mission, and help tackle some of the world's most pressing problems. Finally, we've learned how vulnerable we all are and how much we can accomplish together. We've been deeply challenged, and we've also rediscovered our common humanity. We've relearned the values of empathy, kindness, and community. I encourage you to use the good we've seen to help us tackle the bad. Remember the stranger who is patient or kind, the way we've all worked together, and use that to further the greater good. For example, we've seen the structural inequities that are leaving the most vulnerable among us shouldering the greatest burden. And we know that's not right. It is up to you to help tackle this inequity. No doubt you have drawn other lessons from this experience too. I'm sure you will continue to ruminate on what it has meant as you plot out your life and your direction. Ultimately, that is the purpose of education, to push us to ask questions and to seek answers to the deepest and most difficult problems. Some of you will do that in business, in marketing, and finance. Others will do it in science, health, or technology. Some in law and justice. Others in the arts and humanities. Whatever you do, you will take what you've learned at PACE, you will take what you've learned through this crisis, and you will keep those lessons with you throughout your lives and your careers. I know this is a scary time to be launching a career. Another lesson of the last few months, as one student put it to me, is that tomorrow is not guaranteed. That is true. It is also a reminder that this is not forever. Things will change and get better. You need to be flexible and adaptable. There are jobs to be found, even if they're not necessarily the jobs you expected. Be creative. Think about how to adjust. Make tomorrow work for you. And here's my final request. Remember the good times you've had at Pace University, the friends and mentors you found, the relationships you built, the experiences you treasured. You can and will make a difference in the world, each one of you. You will use your PACE education to create a better and stronger world for all of us. I am so proud of you, and we all look forward to seeing you in person as soon as we can. Congratulations, good luck, and please remember to stay in touch with Pace University. And now, for the most important part of this celebration, I'm very pleased to introduce the chair of our Board of Trustees, Mark Beska, for the conferral of your degrees.
Hello, PACE class of 2020. It's now time for the moment you've been waiting for, the conferral of your degrees. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of New York and with concurrence of the Pace University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you, as approved by the faculty of your college or school, the appropriate degree and course with all rights and responsibilities thereunto. You are now officially PACE graduates. Congratulations.
Class of 2020, you are now Pace University graduates. Congratulations. We can't wait to see you at an on-campus commencement soon. Have a wonderful day. You have earned the right to celebrate. But before you go, here are some closing words of inspiration.
Hi, this is New York State Senator Pete Harckham, wishing the Pace University class of 2020 congratulations on your graduation. This is a major milestone. Unfortunately, you're graduating into the most uncertain times in modern history. Fortunately for you, Pace University has prepared you with a world-class education. Your country needs you and your community needs you. And I challenge you to put your skills to good use in rebuilding our economy as we move forward through this pandemic. So congratulations and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Hi, I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, and we want to extend congratulations for all of you as graduates of Pace University. This has been a spring like no other, and in many ways you may have missed out on some of the normal enjoyment of a graduation year. But your exams are behind you, your courses are behind you, and you have earned your degree. And that degree is an accomplishment that will stay with you for the rest of your life. It defines you as an individual that you could tackle something and achieve, and we celebrate that achievement. We wish you the very best in the years to come. Congratulations.
Hello to Pace University. This is Senator Chuck Schumer, and it's my honor to address the faculty and staff, family and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2020. Now, I'm really sorry I can't join you in person as I do just about every year, but I'm grateful that modern technology allows us to still be connected on this very special day. As we all know, these are truly difficult times, perhaps more difficult than most of us have ever experienced. There are two aspects of this pandemic that make things all the more challenging. The first is our uncertainty, our lack of knowledge. How do we get the virus? How do we spread it? How does it affect different people differently? When will we have an effective antiviral medication? When will we have an effective vaccine? And most of all, how soon can we get back to normal? And the second aspect of this virus that is just as bad is that we have to isolate ourselves. We are New Yorkers. During times of trouble, we like to come together and embrace each other. After 9/11, I stood with President Bush on the pile. There were no partisan divisions. We came together as Americans and as New Yorkers. After Sandy, I walked the streets and beaches of New York City and Long Island and literally hugged people. But we can't do that now. We have to remain isolated. So the challenges of this moment are truly unique. But so has been our collective response. The fact that we're all finding new ways to do things, like celebrating this graduation virtually, just goes to show you that New Yorkers won't let anything stop us from honoring what's so important in life. Now, first, I'd like to say a few words to the parents. Nothing will take away your decades of hard work raising your children, for which they and all of us are so very grateful. And while this day may be tempered by worries about the future, at least there's one silver lining. You're not seated way back in the balcony. You get to sit next to your son or daughter and give them a hug as they receive a diploma and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. And one more word of thanks. Today, as we're celebrating right now, there are men and women all across the state and nation who are serving on the front lines, risking their lives in the battle against the coronavirus. Doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, pharmacists, ambulance drivers, people who stack the food in the supermarkets and stand behind the counters at pharmacies, police officers, firefighters, and so many more. These people are our heroes, and I'm working to create a COVID-19 Heroes Fund, which would provide pandemic premium pay to all essential workers. Let's have a virtual round of applause for them. And now to the class of 2020. I know this may not be what you pictured even a few months ago, but today is still your day. All of your hard work has earned you a degree from a fine institution of higher learning, and nothing can take that away from you. Right now, it may feel like the future is a dark hole, but what has been true throughout history is just as true today. That even in times of difficulty, there are always new opportunities, new ways of thinking, doing things in a better way. So my message to the class of 2020 is simple. It's natural to fear the unknown, but don't let the harshness of this current moment prevent you from seizing opportunities. They're out there. And don't forget, you have incredible assets. College degree from a fine institution and loving families who will have your back through thick and thin. Our society will overcome this pandemic, and so will you. And when the worst is over, we'll need your help to rebuild our country even stronger than it was before. You are our future leaders, and we have faith in you. So to the graduates, I say once again, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed.